got caught peeping in the ladies' locker room?
Okay, move the towel. Move the towel. Oh, they spotted me.
You know, I wish I could have stopped making Von Helton Stolen Valor videos, but he continues to steal Valor, so I'm forced to. Well, I'm not forced to, but it's my campaign. It's what I'm doing. I want to expose this Valor thief. And so he continues to dig himself in deeper. And so I have to make another video about Von Helton Stolen Valor.
RER3 is the lowest of the low, except for RER4.
It wasn't an R3.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Did you hear that? Von Helton claiming, I wasn't an RE3. Well, the guy was saying RER3, but you know what he means. He meant RE3. Von Helton wasn't RE3. He even said so himself.
It also states on there that my re-enlistment code is RE3.
Caught in a little lie there, Von Helton. Maybe you should keep track of the things you say, so you can keep track of your lies, huh?
It is
wrong.
No, it's
That's
not wrong. I saw the fucking video today of your fucking DD214. Now you're lying your ass off.
And what was the rest of it besides just the R3? There was more to that than just the R3. What was the rest of it?
You mean you got discharge under honorable conditions? Yes, that's true.
That's right. I got a general discharge under honorable conditions.
What I will show you is that it says clearly on my DD214 under honorable conditions.
Now, he said under honorable conditions, which is a general discharge. At this point, he's telling the truth. But later on, he's going to lie and claim he got an honorable discharge. Now, under honorable conditions is not, I repeat, not an honorable discharge. Not even close. Okay? So he's dishonoring all those people who got honorable discharges by claiming he got an honorable discharge. Now, he didn't do it here, but he's going to do it later on in the same video. Just keep that in mind that under honorable conditions is nothing more than a general discharge. It's just a step up from a dishonorable discharge. It just means he didn't commit a felony or something so bad that he got a dishonorable discharge. Back in the time he was getting out, it was very hard to get dishonorable discharge. You absolutely had probably committed a felony, some jailable offense to get a dishonorable discharge. He got kicked out probably because his hygiene was bad, his bad performance.
They don't give honorable discharge to people that are drummed out, you dumb fuck.
Can you say stolen valor, boys and girls? Because Von Helton just committed stolen valor. He claimed he had an honorable discharge right there. You notice that? Honorable. He's going to say it a few more times, so listen up.
They do not give honorable discharge to people that are drummed out, you dumb fuck.
But you got washed out and you didn't get an honorable discharge, Von Helton.
Yes, they do. And that's
no, they do not. You're a moron. You're a fucking moron.
They do.
So Von Helton calls somebody a moron for pointing out facts.
They do not give an honorable discharge to people they drum out of the military.
But you didn't get an honorable discharge. Does that mean you got drummed out, Von Helton? Pretty much does.
I was given a general discharge under honorable conditions because I transferred from a military position to a civilian position. That's all.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Now you're bullshitting saying you did black ops stuff for the government under civilian capacity, which is bullshit because they do not give government jobs to RE3s. I don't think you can even get a janitorial job with an RE3 for the government. So there you go lying. You're claiming you were this government shrill, and you weren't.
How long were you in?
It doesn't matter how long I was in.
6 months.
I was transferred from military to civilian capacity. That's all you fucking need to know.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Even though you say you transferred in as a civilian and did this stuff for the military and the government and was this hired assassin for the U.S. government, that's still stolen valor. Even though it's an unbelievable story that some skinny little kid without an education who couldn't make it in the military and got an RE3 discharge, the government hired him to do all this special ops stuff is not true. Nobody believes it. And the fact that you got an RE3 proves that never happened.
Okay? Nobody needs to know what I did for my country other than me and my government. That's the only people that need to know. Nobody.
Well, let me interrupt there and just tell you what you did for the government. Jack squat. That's what you did. You didn't do nothing like you did for your whole life. You don't have anything to show for anything. You live in your mom's trailer on welfare, and you made these claims that you did all this great stuff in the military. If you did all that stuff, the government would take care of you, wouldn't they?
An R3 code back in the 80s is different than the R3 code they use today.
Warning, bullshit alert.
Let me let you in on a little secret, Von Helton. I was a medic. I was a combat medic. But my last 6 months in the military, they didn't keep me with the unit. I was just doing odd jobs, okay? For 3 months, well, 3.5 months at that time, about the last 3.5 months I was in the military, they gave me a job to run through people getting out of the military. That's how come I know so much about these codes and how they are, okay? I served during the 80s and the 90s. So I can tell you without any question that RE3 means the same thing it meant in 1971 as it meant in 1979, as it meant in 1982, as it meant in 1993, as it meant in 1999, as it meant in 2016. RE3 has always meant that's pretty much the worst discharge you could get, period. I'm sorry about your luck, Von Helton. You exposed yourself, so you might as well just cough it up or stop committing stolen valor right now. Because I know you're a valor thief. Everybody else knows you're a valor thief. And I'm going to continue making these videos, embarrassing you and letting everybody know that Von Helton is a valor thief.
Yeah, I was
If you don't believe me, ask somebody. They'll tell you.
I know what
The
it means,
codes
but
were changed. When were the codes changed? I think the codes were changed in the 90s.
That was bullshit.
The codes were never changed, okay? They mean the same. What reason would they have to change the codes? RE1, RE2, RE3, RE4 has meant the same thing. They wouldn't know. Let's just switch what RE3 means. That would mess up everybody else's discharge, wouldn't it? If they changed the meaning of RE3 and RE1. I got an RE1. Oh, the RE1 changed to something else now. No, that's not how it works, doofus. Von Helton, I don't give a rat's ass about your opinions on the internet. I don't give a rat's ass about your stupid, retarded conspiracy theories that you steal from somebody else and claim that you made them up. I don't care about all that. I don't care about most of the stuff you do and say. I could care less. In fact, I'm more entertained by it. I like listening to your videos just so I can laugh at all the ridiculous, stupid things you say. But when you go on the internet and make these claims that you're this great military hero for this country and that you did a lot more for this country than I did, and I'm a Cold War veteran, and you're claiming that you did more for the government than I did, you have said that, Von Helton. You have made that claim. Now, just because you served and went through boot camp doesn't mean that you're not a valor thief, okay? Shipley runs into all the time about people who claim that they're Navy SEALs and they go to find out they actually did serve in the Navy, they were a cook or something, or they got kicked out in boot camp or something you did. Usually people make these outlandish claims that you do are people who got booed out because they're trying to make up for the fact that they failed. I'm sorry you failed with the military. I am, but stop dishonoring me and my brothers and sisters who did get honorable discharges. You did not get an honorable discharge, so quit lying and saying you did. You say on one hand that you got a general discharge, then you turn around the same conversation and claim you had made an honorable discharge. You get an RE3, and then you say you didn't, and then when you expose you got an RE3, you say that they changed what RE3 means. No, they have not. I'm yelling because I'm sick and tired of Von Helton. All the goofy things you say, that's your stuff. But when you dishonor my brothers and sisters who served, not only am I Americans, I say Russian, people who served in the military there, Europeans, Africans, Mandingo warriors 200 years ago, the Spartans, how many years ago that was, the Trojans, the Roman centurions, I don't care what kind of military person they are, you dishonor every single one of them when you lie. Not everybody can make it in the military, and obviously you couldn't. It's time to stop your stolen valor now, Von Helton. I know you're too much of a wussy to ever confront me on this issue, but I'm telling you. And if you're somebody watching this, post this on, make a copy of this and post it on your page. I don't care. I want as many people to see this as can, any of my stolen valor videos against Von Helton, because he needs to stop.
All right, an R3 back in the 80s does not mean the same thing as an R3 today. That's where.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
They stamped
I wasn't talking about
R3 on there.
Sir.
They stamped R3 on there because they just wanted to put something on there.
Like I told you before, I assisted with discharges when I got out of the military. They don't just, oh, let's just stamp. Oh, well, we got an RE3 stamp. Let's just stamp it on it. For one, they don't stamp it on there. They type it on there. A yeoman or a clerk or somebody types it on there after somebody wrote it down and passed it on. They don't just like, well, we'll just stamp RE3 because he's getting out. No, if you actually served in civilian capacity, they would consider it an honorable thing. They would give you an honorable discharge. They would have given you a good code, too. But you got a bad code and an RE3, which means you were a screw-up. No other explanation can fit. It's not, well, I was going to serve in civilian capacity, which is bullshit to begin with, but the fact that you're lying about your whole discharge. Dude, lying about your military service is called stolen valor. And though it's not really against the law, until you profit from it. And you are begging for money while you're stealing valor. That makes you a felon. It's a felony. It's not charged very often, but I've already called the news media in Louisville. I had to call some other ones. I'm not sure what the biggest city to where you are, but I'll keep calling. I encourage other people to call to try to expose Von Helton, try to get the news to do the story. They rarely ever punish somebody for this until the media makes a report about it and they do a story of it. So hopefully some slow day, somebody in the military will do a report on Von Helton's stolen valorism. Von Helton needs to be exposed. Von Helton needs to stop. I've warned him and I've warned him and warned him.
I wasn't coming back. And they put RE3 on there. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn opinion.
Keep in mind that Von Helton doesn't give a blank about any of you veterans out there. That's what he's claiming here. He don't give a rat's behind or those little droplets that rats leave behind about any other veteran. When he commits stolen valor, he's exactly right. He don't give a you-know-what.
It's not my
I
opinion.
know what I did for my country, and it's probably a hell of a lot more than what you did for yours.
I don't think so. You didn't do squat for your country. All you do, you're a parasite to the country because you take from welfare even though you can work. And I know there's jobs where you live because I talked to one of your relatives, and they said that they offered you a job and you refused it. So don't go on that you've done anything for the military or the government or this country. All you've done was take from this country. You take things because you suck off the welfare rolls. And a lot of people that need welfare, but you maybe do now because you got kids, but you don't. But you could work and you refuse to, and that's a fact. So you're just and you were taking welfare before you even had kids or even married. You've even exposed that in a previous video. So you haven't done anything for this government. The government has done stuff for you, and all you can do is sit there and complain about the government all the time.
Folks, if I was dishonorably discharged or if I was released on a medical, my re-enlistment code would not be RE3.
This is even worse than when you ate that bubblegum out of the garbage. Brian, did you get into the garbage last night?
No, why?
Don't lie to me, Brian.
I'm not lying.
Bye-bye, Boo Bear.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.